Inmates at Kitwe's Kamfinsa prison have been given hope of having a better life after incarceration. This has been made possible by Future Search, a project that is aimed at imparting knowledge in citizens who need entrepreneurship skills. Future Search Project Director Mary Kakumbi says prisoners must realize that behavioral change is key to a better life in society. Here is a report.
Prisoners and former inmates are often stigmatized when they return to the community. What may be little known is that most of the inmates return with the hope of creating better lives for themselves after their ordeal in imprisonment. Unfortunately, the mindset of the community is fixed on believing that the ex-convicts have not reformed. This in turn leaves a huge gap in the lives of the former inmates. Future Search has embarked on a program that helps prisoners look at life after incarceration. The program has kicked off at Kitwe's Kamfinsa prison, which is the biggest prison on the Copper Belt and has a population of about 2,000 inmates. Mary Kakumbi is director at Future Search and says the aim of the workshop is to help the inmates realize their goals for the future. She says the foundation for the inmates should be change of attitude and behavior.
Emphasis is on behavior. You may have the skills as a builder, as a carpenter, making furniture, but how are you behaving yourself, the owner of the company, in order to be successful? This is what we are going to tell you during the time that we will be here. So the program is looking at you, the individual, your behavior in this business environment. How are you going to settle down after you leave Kamfinsa prison?
And Regional Commanding Officer Assistant Commissioner Wilson Mbewe says the workshop is the first of its kind in the prison service. Mr. Mbewe says this initiative will go a long way in preparing prisoners who will be going to settle down in society.
This workshop is the first of its kind in the prison service. It has brought together a total number of 50 prison officers who are about to retire and 150 prisoners who are about to get discharged from the prison. I pay tribute to the organizers of this workshop for coming up with such a wonderful idea to include prisons in their training programs. I say thank you very much. The knowledge that the participants will gain at the end of this workshop will go a long way in preparing them to go to settle down in society.
Dennis Liwewe is a consultant at Future Search. He urged the inmates to adopt a never-again attitude and forge ahead to a bright future.
When you are released from here, to change. What is the most important point again? Change for the better, because you will survive the way some of us have survived. There are problems to everybody in the world. It's not confined to you. So tonight when you go in your cell, for you officers, when you go to your house, sit down in the corner and think. My cousins from the north, they say, and tontonkanya. In the east, we say, ganiza. Put your hand here and say, when I'm released from prison here, which way? Am I going to come back? And you have already pledged yourself and said, never again. Never again. Never come here again. Because we are going to give you the knowledge to start your small business, to start this and that. But you want to start your same business, your only business, if you will not change. Everybody changes.
Richard Mbepe represented the inmates. In his vote of thanks, he emphasized the need for the outside world to accept the reformation inmates undergo.
We all say thank you for remembering us and for coming here to empower us with this invaluable knowledge, which may, if properly utilized, go a long way in helping to sustain us in the second halves of our life, as our able Mr. Liwewe has told us that in the second half of our lives, we need more information and empowerment so that we can go and be better people out there.
Focus also took time to speak to some of the inmates who said the workshop has been highly beneficial in preparing them for society.
This workshop will help us to rebuild our own lives as we go out from here. Even it will help us to view our lives at a different perspective, even viewing life in a new dimension.
Well, this workshop will benefit me a lot. It has come at the right time. Most of us prisoners, we failed to do something in our lives. That's why you find that we reoffend. Now, with the workshop like this one, it will help us in terms of equipping ourselves for our discharge.
Future Search, also known as the University of Life, has taken up a big challenge with the inmates. It is up to the prisoners to put into practice the knowledge they will acquire from the workshop. Future Search is supplementing the prison service core functions of reforming and rehabilitating prisoners with a message of hope for the future. Chileshe Kangwa reporting for ZNBC Focus in Kitwe.
Kitwe City Council